So I think it was the late, great Pat Rogers who said something to the effect of, don't fall in love with your magazines. If it wasn't original to him, it's certainly who I heard it from. I've got 6 mags. These are not them. I've got 6 magazines in my kit right now that I bought in 2004. And I'm still using those magazines, but I'll tell you, I have replaced the springs in them probably 3 times. I know several of the followers have cracked and those have been replaced. You could argue that I've gotten my money's worth out of those magazines, and I'm really kind of thinking maybe it's time for them to be retired or maybe refurbished again and put in the emergency pile. So I scrounged up 6 new Glock magazines and wrote my name on them, since they get chucked around in a training environment where everyone's got all sorts of magazines flying around. But you'll notice that I've also numbered them, guys. Magazines are probably one of the prime failure points of a rifle or a pistol. And sometimes it's hard to track down which magazine it was. When all the excitement, things get a little crazy, but if you number them and the malfunctions keep following one magazine, then you already know you've got that troubleshooting kind of point to start looking. And maybe either you go and refurb, replace, discard. You know, magazines, I understand they are an expense, but when we talk about the lifespan of a gun and we talk about the lifespan of a magazine, I figure any magazine's probably easily got 10,000 rounds worth of being loaded and unloaded before it goes south. And at current pricing, you're talking like $3,000 worth of ammunition for a magazine that, you know, for Glocks, typically about 25 bucks. Sometimes you find them on sale. Sometimes they're more expensive than that. But guys, there are all sorts of things that you need to be aware of if you shoot a lot when it comes to the maintenance of your firearms and the associated gear. But one thing I would definitely tell you is, even if you're sort of casual shooter, one, you're going to need more magazines than the gun came with. That's a given. 3 magazines, 3 magazines, not enough for a firearm. And I say that because you'll want to load more before you go shoot. You'll want to load more before you go train. And so having them loaded before you show up saves you time on the range that you could be shooting or training. But 2, that, like I said, they can wear out. They can break. I've seen some crazy stuff happen. The little lip on the follower that engages the slide catch, I've seen that chip off or break off, and the follower itself still keeps working, but it won't lock the slide to the rear. That's one problem. Also, when springs get especially weak, your first sign that that spring is at the end of its usable lifespan is, once again, the follower does not push up the slide catch sufficient to lock the slide to the rear. So if you're starting to see that with one particular magazine repeatedly, that's your clue that it's time for a new spring, or time for a new follower, or time for both, or time for a new magazine, depending on your tolerance for such things. Same holds true with rifle magazines. I have seen the lips start spreading apart. I've seen springs get worn out. I've seen followers get banged up. And if a magazine starts treating you poorly, guys, you can try to fix it, but at the end of the day, magazines, at least as of this filming, they are readily available, reasonably inexpensive, and so it would not hurt you to just replace them. And since they are readily available and reasonably inexpensive as of this video, guys, if you don't have at least 6 to 10 magazines for any firearm that you own, it's time to rectify that, and the time, like, it's right now. 10 magazines is easy. So something to consider, guys. I hope that's helpful. Take care, stay safe. If this has been helpful to you at all or entertaining, do me a favor, like and subscribe. Any comments, questions, I will do my best to answer. Share with your friends. I always appreciate that. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Get him, Jay.